Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It's episode 122, and today I am super excited for the episode because we have got a project plan that I don't know, it's just something that I've always wanted to do and never really got around to doing. Now, for those of you who watched the previous episode of Hermitcraft and also some recent episodes of Hermitcraft, I think I mentioned that I was kind of toying with the idea. For those of you who saw the previous one, you will know that I have decided I'm going to be building a blaze farm. I'm actually going to be building a blaze farm, and the best news is that it's not far out from my base. If we just take a look over here, obviously this is my tunnel, and if we can try our best to lift off, which is very scary when you are suffering from this much lag, we have got a blaze spawner here, right here, underneath this glowstone. So this is where our blaze farm is going to be going, as you can see. Not exactly far away from my base, and it's going to be proper old school with all sorts of pistons firing, loads of redstone mechanics, none of that new fancy stuff, and I can't wait. I can't wait. So here is the design in all of its glory. As I mentioned, it's definitely very mechanical. We're making use of pistons, pressure plates, and also slime blocks. This is fairly reminiscent of the old designs. I think one of the old Etho designs used a similar kind of funnel system, but because we now have slime blocks, I thought it would be a good idea to use them, A, to cut down on the number of pistons that we're going to be using. As you can see, there is only 4 pistons per layer, and there's only 5 layers, so that is 20 pistons in total. Yeah, 20 pistons in total, that's pretty good. We've also got, obviously, just the slime blocks, which are shooting the blaze around, and it works really, really fast. There's barely any repeaters. It's actually quite a cheap redstone project, and it looks great. Look how cool this is. Watch them just ping around like pinballs in a pinball machine. So, the first thing that we need to do to actually build this thing on the Hermitcraft server is we need to make the area ghast-proof, because I really don't want any ghasts coming in and blowing up that mob cage, because if they do, I'll cry. I really will cry. So hopefully that should be enough glass just for the time being to build like a little area around this thing just to protect it and make sure that it doesn't get exploded. Having thought about it, using glass for the outer cage doesn't really make that much sense because the entire blaze farm is made out of glass. Having 2 layers of glass will look a little bit weird. I think I'm going to put this in a chest around about here and then just surround the entire thing with stone bricks instead. This is a tiny bit on the dangerous side. We are doing a radius of 10 blocks out from the mob spawner, but blaze keeps spawning out in the fortress and punching me off. And also ghasts, you always have to be wary of ghasts. The noise they make, they sound like they're everywhere. I panicked then because I was above lava. Oh my word. Part 1 is now all done. We have got one big block of an area here. It looks a bit like a prison block, to be honest with you, but it's here and it is protecting us from all of the ghasts that are floating around outside, which there are plenty of them. Now, as far as where we're going underneath, I've done a little bit of area down here, but we're going to need tons of space. So I've kind of just taken out a space down at the bottom. Oh my word, there's a ghast there. But I've taken out a bit of a space down at the bottom. That was a flying shot. That was quite impressive. Anyway, I've taken out a space down at the bottom. This is where it's going to be going. We're literally just going to have a stone brick pillar going from the floor all the way up to the top there to make way for all of the redstone and the storage system that we're going to have and all that sort of stuff. Okay, that's the plan. I'm going to keep working on it. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Seriously? Up there? Oh my word, these ghasts are mental. This one's scary because he's pointing directly at the spawner. Well, that was a good despawn. Oh, he's back! And he's gone again. This is terrifying. One thing that this is pretty good for is gathering large quantities of nether brick. I don't think I've ever had large quantities of nether brick in the entire history of my YouTube channel, and this has given me, I think, around about 25 stacks so far, just clearing out this portion of the nether fortress. Might be handy at some point. If not, I'll just sell it to Tango. What's so special about this hole here? Like, seriously? There's like a party going on in this area. Anyway, aside from that, we are now pretty much all completed. Just the final few stone bricks going in here. And that should do the trick. So there we go. It's not exactly a massive space that we've taken out in the nether here, but it's a safe space. We can be safe from ghasts here, unless obviously one spawns on top of the spawner, which would be very bad. But for the most part, this place should be completely danger-free. We've got no lava, we've got no ghasts, no nothing. So now we can safely build redstone. So first things first, I need to gather up all of the glass that I have in this chest up at the top, right about here. And I need to start work on actually creating the spawn chamber, the place where these ghasts are actually going to be spawning. Two things, when I said ghasts in that previous clip, I meant blaze, and more importantly, I don't know which way around to build this. Do I build it from the bottom up? That will be easier because we're in survival mode. Or do I build it from the top down, which will be easier in terms of making the measurements? I've done the measurements, and I think I've worked this out. So this little platform down the bottom here is 19 blocks away from the mob cage up at the top, and I am surprised by how far down this goes. We've only got 5 blocks left at the bottom to make way for actually the killing chamber and everything, which is a tiny bit concerning, I have to say. We might actually need a little bit more space than that. Anyway, I'm just going to start placing in all of the redstone. So we're going to have all of our pressure plates that are going to be making their way around there. And then, you know what? I think I'm actually going to use nether brick for this build. We have tons and tons of nether brick. It makes sense that we use it effectively. Yeah, look at this stuff. That would look so cool. Things are going pretty well so far. All of the obsidian is going in, and I'm just in the process of wiring up all of the redstone. So this is one of the longer sides, so we need the redstone there and there. Then the hopper in the center. The reason that we're using hoppers is because hoppers are the only transparent immovable object that I can personally think of in Minecraft, which means that this block underneath is going to be a slime block. So if it wasn't transparent, it would be moving around, and that's no good. But also, if this was a solid block, it would bud power this piston, which would break the entire thing. So this is the only way that we can do it, by using a hopper. And then that just runs out like that into our piston. And there we go. Simple, simple redstone. Okay, so let's chuck those in. And that is layer number 3 done. 3 of 5. We are more than halfway done on the actual redstone of this thing, which is brilliant, but also quite scary because I don't actually have any other plans for today's Hermitcraft episode. Oh, and if you're wondering why I'm using obsidian, it's because I think it looks really cool, and if you're wondering where I got the obsidian from, I actually had tons lying around from clearing out all of the lava lakes for the Mumbo temple. Remember we did all of that obsidian clearing so that we could actually mine out the space? Well, it turns out it came in handy because we have stacks upon stacks of the stuff. So this is looking like a really mean and angry build. We are now done. So all of the redstone is now all in place for the most part. Just forgot this one repeater and block, but that will do the trick. So there is the sticky piston, and we have forgotten the repeater over here. But other than that, that is everything for all of the circuitry. So as I say, as soon as the blaze fall down into this, they'll land on the pressure plates and eventually make their way down into the center. Now all I have to do is I have to use all of the slime blocks, which I don't actually think that's going to be enough, but I need to do all of the slime blocks and make sure that we actually have all of the launches in place so that we're actually moving these things around. Turns out it was actually enough. We had plenty of slime blocks and we've got plenty left over by the look of things. Yeah, I've got around about half a stack left, and if I just place in these blocks here, that should be it. Now the only thing that I am slightly confused about is the fact that those blocks have moved, but I'm guessing they should be immovable objects. So if we replace those with those, and then take out this block right here, if we walk there, then we get pushed across. If we walk here, we don't. Something has gotten itself stuck. What could possibly be stuck there? I'm lost on that one. I don't understand. Ah, okay, all of those have to be hoppers up at the top. This looks really cool though, doesn't it? I haven't seen this thing from the outside yet. Look at that thing. Oh, that looks evil. That looks absolutely evil. Right, let's see if it works then. So if we drop down here, yeah, that's all looking good. And there we go. I have been punched straight out the bottom. Fantastic. Okay, so this thing is functioning. Just have to put all of the glass around the top, and then we'll have ourselves a working blaze spawner. This has gone very well. And just like that, we have got ourselves a blaze spawning zone. Now, this place is entirely made out of glass. Have I seriously run out of stone slabs? No, okay, we've got a handful left in the chest. So if I just place these in and then drop down onto this piece of nether brick, this is where the blaze are actually going to be spawning. Obviously, it's still lit up at this point in time because the next thing that we have to work on is actually something that I haven't planned yet, which is the blaze killing area. Now, I say that I haven't planned this yet because I really haven't, and I have absolutely no idea how I'm actually going to do it. Absolutely none. Maybe a crusher? A crusher could be good, but we need some way to actually stop the blaze from flowing in, for starters. So I guess we could do a piston here and then block them off, and then have them drop down into this area at the flick of a lever, and then we hit a button, it crushes them all, and then we can kill them all off. Yeah, I'm going to pop into the redstone testing world and we'll do some designing. You want to know what's brilliant? I've actually just looked on YouTube to see if there's any blaze killing things that you can build, and there is a video of mine from June the 26th, 2013, so nearing 5 years old, that apparently is a blaze crusher which makes use of comparators and things. I'll give it a go and see if it still works. So this is it. This is the new system that we've created. So we have this block right here, which we can push across, which will stop any new blaze dropping down into the system, because obviously we don't want fresh blaze that have got plenty of health dropping in with the other ones that don't have much health. So we stop them using this piston, and then we have this button right here, which should hopefully crush the blaze. So let's just give it a go. If we grab ourselves a blaze spawn egg and chuck this dude in, if we hit that button, okay, that's a promising sound. So he is being crushed. That's a good start. Now let's see. He's not dead. He is now. Oh my word. 5-year-old redstone still working like a charm. If you want to know how to build it, this is the pulse extender that you need to use. So we've got a little comparator pulse extender and then an extra little bit of delay off to the side with the repeaters. All of these blocks powering this piston. Oh, that is... I love it when things like that still work. Whoa! I am very happy that we decided to build this thing, because I've just seen a ghast spawn on top of this place. The tentacles came down and everything, and I must admit I bricked it a little bit. That's all done now. We've got all of the killing chambers, everything's been built in Survival Minecraft, and it's all working. Obviously, I do actually need to place in some glass there, because otherwise we're going to have a real problem of blaze just flying about down at the bottom. But that kind of brings me on to my next point, which is the fact that I'm a little bit concerned about the massive holes that we have going down this thing. Where the redstone is, we've got huge holes. And blaze can see through holes, and they will destroy me. So I'm thinking that we need to do something about that. Maybe, because a lot of it is going to be immovable object based, we're probably going to have to surround this thing in obsidian. It's going to look wicked, to be honest with you. Yeah, let's do it. I can tell I am going to heavily regret this decision, though, if I do run out of obsidian, because we don't have that much left. If I run out of obsidian, then that is going to be a bit of a hefty mining session to actually get it all back. But, I mean, as I say, it does look cool. These colours, they are coming together in a really nice way. With that being said, it's really difficult to keep things symmetrical. So I think this side is the same as this side. There shouldn't be any differences there. And then if we take a look on this side... Okay, we haven't done the obsidian on that one just yet. Oh, it's really tough. Amazingly enough, I think we might actually be done. And I'm kind of a little bit scared here, because that means that we now need to boot this thing up and actually get it up and running. So everything should be covered. I used obsidian for the bottom few layers, and then for the top, I decided to start using glass because I thought it looked cooler. And it does look really, really cool. This is a crazy, crazy looking build. And it should be fully functional. So I suppose the only thing that we can do now is fly up to the top, which is always a little bit scary, and start breaking the glowstone that we have running through the center. And that means that blaze are going to start spawning, and it is actually going to be a live farm. Oh boy. Yep, I've checked and double checked everything. So let's start doing this. I'm really hoping nothing spawns and knocks me off my perch. You know what? Yeah, I should probably get some arrows. The first blaze has just spawned, and by the sounds of things, it dropped straight the way down to the bottom, and there was another one. And that was a promising sound. The only thing is that if any of these guys see me, they are flying straight back up. Oh, and there they go. Oh, I feel like I should be more scared than I actually am at this point in time. Fire resistance would have been a smart potion to bring with me. I did it! I managed to do it! Oh, we are out! And that is it! We are done! If I drop down to here... It's making noise as if it's shooting at me, but I think we should be safe. These guys can't see me. There we go! So now if we drop down to here, flick this lever, that will stop any extra blaze from dropping in, and then hit this button, that should crush these guys so that they get down to 1 heart, and then all we have to do is use our looting 3 sweeping edge pickaxe. Oh man, and if that's not a satisfying noise, I don't know what is. A, I just got a bunch of levels, but B, look at the blaze rods flowing in! 23! it's not an insane amount, but it's better than nothing, that's for sure. We've got a blaze farm! This thing works! Oh, how fantastic. Now I have built a little place that loads up our blaze farm, but I've built it on the wrong side because I'm a total moron and didn't actually look at the orientation of the blaze farm. Give me a second. I thought it might be a good idea to get some form of rudimentary storage system set up. So this is what we have so far. We have all of the chests, and then we've got a tiny little item elevator which sends the items up into these chests, just up like that, and then we'll have some hoppers out the back. But unfortunately I've actually run out of iron, so I'm quickly going to pop back to the base, pick up some iron, and that will be this thing done. Then we can actually start gathering up some resources. Right, that's all done. Let's do this. I'd say probably about 20, maybe 25 minutes of occasional blaze killing should do the trick. I'll just do it every now and again and just see how much I can get in that space of time. Look at this! Oh, so happy. So from killing these guys probably about 4 or 5 times, I have managed to get myself just over 2 stacks of blaze rods. That's not too bad. Not bad at all. And I've just realised that I can actually AFK at this thing thanks to the fact that the blaze will die from the compression. What is it? The entity cramming type thing. So all the blaze will fall in there and they'll cram themselves in and then they'll all die. Which means that they'll constantly be generating items which will then make their way into the hoppers, which will then make their way into my little storage system. Nicely done. Okay, well this is going to be really helpful. I am going to walk over here and I'm going to take myself a screenshot for the thumbnail. I would say that looks pretty good. Maybe, I don't know, I'm probably going to have to get quite creative with the angles here. This place is a pretty tight spot. But anyway, let's quickly pop that through into the base. Because what I really want to do is I just want to, I want a cool place to fly around while I talk about this idea that I've had recently for a sort of thing that I had planned, and I tweeted out about this. I did a little poll on Twitter, and the response was pretty good. 85% positive, 15% negative, which is that's a fairly good split right there, about something to do with the community posts function on YouTube, because this is something new that they've recently rolled out. They've recently rolled out the fact that I can do community posts, so I can post out almost like a status update, and it will go out to your sub boxes. Now obviously this isn't something that I'm going to be doing particularly very often, because I feel like, you know, it will turn into basically Facebook. YouTube will turn into Facebook. There will be people posting statuses about stupid things that nobody cares about. I'm going to be really careful with it. But as you know, I don't upload on Mondays, okay? I don't upload videos on Mondays. I've never uploaded videos on Mondays, simply because unfortunately there's no more time I can really fit in my schedule outside of doing the Minecraft content, the filming content, and having a sort of life for myself occasionally. I like to take off 1 day a week. That's what I give myself. So I don't post videos on Monday at this point in time, but I thought it would be a cool idea to kind of do like a weekly roundup type thing almost like a blog post. It would be in paragraph form. You could read it if you wanted to, or you can skip straight over it if you don't care in the slightest. But it would round up the week. It would talk about the videos. It would talk about things that I found interesting. It would talk about things that I personally have done during the week that I think might be worth talking about in the community post. Maybe it would mention a few things that I want you guys to check out, videos that I've seen that I think you might find interesting. It would be like a weekly roundup. It would just be once a week, a blog post like that. Is that something you'd be interested in? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this because it's totally fresh for me. I might give it a whirl. If you've seen a blog post on Monday, then you'll see that I've experimented with it. If not, then I've been too scared to. But I'd love to know your thoughts because that's something that I've been kind of mulling over the past couple weeks. But anyway, before I go, I just want to say, how cool does the potion brewing station look out there? How cool does that look? I feel like we should have more areas like... Oh, we could create like domes underneath the water. Oh my word, how good would that look? We could create underwater coffee tables. Oh, geez, that is a big project, but that could be cool. Anyway, aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh, and as per usual, check out the latest film on the filming channel. Go ahead, link on the end screen, put a lot of time and effort into it, and everyone seems to enjoy it. See you later.